big things are coming.
Amen to that.
It's so weird. Love.
We live.
We're live. Hello.
Tested.
Hello. It's Divine.
Hi.
My dearest friends. This has definitely been a long time coming
It's been a
because...
while. It's almost 2 years at least.
Well, yeah, we've seen each other more recently.
Oh, yeah.
We've known each other since uni, which was...
At least 8 years now.
8 years ago. Well, we actually met on the ski trip in uni.
We did meet on the ski trip.
We met on a coach. It was like chaos.
That was amazing.
Yeah. But then we've gone through many adventures since. We did COVID together as well in a mad house. And then since we haven't lived in the same city for
5 years now.
5 years, and then now I've just moved back to Manchester, so it's like perfect because now we're both
Back here.
spending every day together.
We actually are.
But I'd say like over the last few years, we've definitely managed to keep in touch, and a massive part of that was obviously a couple of years ago, just after I started remote working, I was starting to bop around a bit everywhere, so I was coming to Manchester a bit more. And then Divine noticed, and at the time you were wondering what to do.
Yeah. So at the time, I just literally left my job, and then I think you came and visited me.
Oh,
The start of the year, yeah. And then you started telling me what you were doing, and I was just like, you know what? I got nothing to lose, because I also wanted to get into tech as well, so that's when I made that decision. But then there was a tech course which I wanted to take, but the only problem was it was for 3 months, all online, 9 to 5, full-time hours. So no full-time job could cater for that. But then you described remote with Rach, working online, working remotely, and I thought to myself, I have nothing to lose at this moment in time, so why not?
Yeah, I think it was like just as I was going through the transition period where I still had clients, but I was also offering the coaching or starting to pull something together. And I think I'd just trained Sky at the time, and then onboarded a client with her. And then I also had interest from the agency I was working with at the time, who were basically feeding me clients that they were helping scale and they needed appointment setters for, which ends up being a bit chaotic, and Divine was there through that. It was great experience for both of us, because I think it like showed how some things in online business, they can look really shiny, and like especially when they're new, you just want to be involved and snap up any client. And it wasn't so much the client's fault, to be honest. It was this agency like promising the world but not delivering. So it definitely taught us a few life lessons. How was your experience?
It was tumultuous to say the least. But look, I feel like when it worked, especially working with them. But then they just weren't, what's the word, consistent. So that's the word I was looking for, consistent. And because they were quite new, so they were still trying to figure out the kinks. So I felt, especially at the time, I was probably a guinea pig to them, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you were a guinea pig to me, but he was my friend, so it was kind of easy, because I was like, okay, how's everything going? And then we were sort of going up against like all of these obstacles together. And then I was looking at this agency who had like promised me the world, promised all of the sets the world, and we were like, what on earth is going on?
But they still paid me.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it might have been a whirlwind, but we still got paid. Everything was still fine, and till this day, that's one of the reasons why I am where I am now. So it worked out in the end. So I can't complain too much. You know what I mean? But I feel like everyone was kind of working out the kinks.
Yeah. How did you find appointment setting? Like, what was your highlights and lowlights of that period? Because Divine has since moved on from appointment setting, but it was definitely a key like transition period.
Without a doubt. No, I needed it, because I feel like at the time as well, like I said, especially wanted to do the online course for 3 months. There was nothing else I had on the cards that could cater for a lifestyle. I still had rent to pay. I was still living away from home, and moving home wasn't an option. So, and I find that when I was working with the clients, well, what I found was like essentially working with people that you kind of have an interest in already. So I enjoy going to the gym. I enjoy keeping fit. So working with fitness creators just came naturally, especially with like
Yeah.
speaking with their clients and speaking with them. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you just have to, you just treat
Divine was like on the accounts that were like, easy bro, like, literally so at the time when Divine joined, I was actually coaching girls and guys that were going into appointment setting, and now I obviously specialise in coaching female appointment setters, not because of you, but because no one will quite live up to what Divine brought to the table, because I'd introduce him to people and there'd be like these big muscly online fitness coaches, and Divine would start talking about creatine and stuff.
Yeah, but we had something in common. That's what I mean. We had something in common. Like,
you were like mates with everyone you worked with.
Craig, Craig messaged me the other day. And I was like, bro, like I'm not your guy, yeah. But that's what I mean. But that's what I'm like. That shows even like a year and almost 2 years after, he still keen to work together. So like, we definitely built some sort of relationship in that time. And clearly, we obviously, you could tell I understood him and his clients, because. Well, I feel like
he's not been able to fill the void since.
Yeah. Well, gym heads understand gym heads. Like, do you know?
Yeah, I think it's all about like just having that relationship with the people you work with. So even like for my female setters that I train, they could literally be onboarded onto a guy's online fitness account, and I've been working with a male online fitness coach previously, and then you sort of just take on their persona, but as long as you respect their business and like you're eager to learn from them in some way, like I definitely learn too much about like male fitness on this guy's account, but like if you're eager to learn from their business, if you big up like what they've done, because it is scary them even onboarding an appointment setter or someone to work on their account, because there is a certain level of trust.
Definitely.
But then just by having those relationships, it just makes it a much nicer experience, and you do, I think, learn more.
For sure.
And then so who did you work with? You worked with just 2 or 3 online fitness coaches?
There was 3 who, yeah.
You were balancing quite a lot at one point.
To be fair, at one point we had to get rid of one, because it was a lot. Like, that's the thing. Another thing people don't realize is like, the money is good, especially when you're getting the clients in. You also got to remember, it's still a real job.
Yeah.
So you still have to put in those hours for all of those clients.
And you do have to be disciplined, where you're like, okay, I might be able to work from like whatever time, but then you have to make sure that you actually make that time.
Yeah. So I would say, if anyone's starting off, like, if clients are coming at you, which is great, and you're just looking at the numbers, also you're gonna look at the hours as well, because you got to put in those hours. So for me, I got to the stage where I was like, actually, instead of doing 8 hours for these 3 clients or 2 clients, should we do like 5 hours each? Do you know what I mean? So it's like a healthy medium. So you're not spending your whole days literally.
You want to reap the benefits of appointment setting, and I guess for you as well, it was almost like you being in that transitionary period where you were getting a qualification in tech, and you were also like thinking about what you were going to grow this into, which I always say to really anyone that works with me, is it's like the perfect gateway into remote work and like starting your own thing, because you learn a lot of transferable skills, like how to talk to people, how online creators or online coaches grow their account, because you're literally in there, you're talking to their audience day in, day out, and then just a real sense of like what it takes to grow your own online business. For sure. No matter what you're doing.
Even for me, if you even go on my Instagram and look at it, pre-2023, I wasn't posting any videos, any content, but once I started doing setting, and then obviously speaking to all the clients, and especially all the gym content creators, it kind of motivated me to start creating my own gym content. And that's what I'm doing right now. So it was quite motivating seeing them, what they're doing. Obviously, you have to kind of figure out where your lane is and what type of person you want to be on social media.
Yeah, and which sort of audience you want to attract, because you're literally going to 2 gym bros like audiences, and they could be completely different, looking for different things. Then when you hear that they like love the content and it's motivating them, then that's like a reason for you to be putting stuff out there, and just think, why not?
But also, like, also being in their being in their accounts as well, especially dealing with and then seeing everything, because it just shows you how much like gratification you get from like, there's a lot of people like all their testimonies. So sometimes, you know, when you see, you're thinking it's fake. Like there's no way all these people, but they're actually real. Like they're genuinely are real people. People like messaging saying, "Thanks, bro. You saved my life. I'm so happy with how I look." Yeah. And I'm just there like thinking, he's actually like, that's pretty sick. Like,
but even when you're having a conversation with them, as I said to you, a lot of the time you are pretending to be these online coaches, and it's not because they can't be bothered to speak to their audience. It's just because they're wearing so many hats. They need someone in their accounts, DM setting and just building a rapport and getting to know their audience. So you're talking to someone, and the main part of appointment setting is having a chat, understanding a pain point and being able to offer a solution. So with the example of an online fitness coach, you're often talking to people and they're like, I've just been feeling really low with how I look or like how fit I am at the moment. And you're just honestly giving the person that confidence to take the next step, which is to book a call with an online coach. So having those conversations and then being like, you've really inspired me to go on this journey, and that's how you get them booked in a call. It is quite motivating because you're like, there's so much goodness that can come out of social media, and obviously working with these coaches and getting their name out there, especially a lot of them are working with like organic content. They're organically reaching their audience.
But that's what they want, because especially with like people like Craig and who else did I work with? I think it was, can't remember his name now. There was like an American guy as well. He was like a pro. But anyway, what he was saying is like he wants real people, real genuine people, not just like bots or like trying to fake it. Because at the end of the day, that's what. If he can get some more real people on board, it's word of mouth. Like, oh, Craig is such a good PT, and then that's how you grow from there. So I know that also kind of fed back to me, because then when I was creating my content, you kind of want to be personable, you want to be likable, you want to look real. Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, this is the thing that I've noticed. Even there's a huge difference, I reckon, between when we both started in like 2023, 2024, and now, where people are craving like even more authenticity than before, and like in real life events and different things. So people have to tap into that to be really successful. And when you think of like, because last year, I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit like, what is this mini chat and why is it coming from my job? And then now, the amount of client inquiries I get, and they're like, I have no idea why I invested in this AI bot, because nothing can like simulate. Is it simulate?
Yeah,
simulate.
Simulate. What are you trying to say? Stimulate what?
Not stimulate. Is it simulate? Like a simulation.
It just simulates the messages.
Like a real connection. Whereas the bot's like, the bot will literally be like, pick one of these answers, like, why are you here? And then it's like, yes, I'm interested, da da da. Whereas if you go and you're like, thanks for the follow, I see that you also live in Manchester. Have you checked out this gym? I want to go tomorrow. Get an actual conversation going with this person, and they're like, I love Craig. And then as soon as they want to have an online coach, they're like, I definitely want to book in with Craig. So even when these conversations don't go anywhere at first, if you actually build that connection, they will go somewhere.
No.
But yeah, it was so good. I remember when Divine messaged me and he'd got his first pay, and I was like, you're welcome.
Sat at home, didn't have to leave the house. I was like, this is amazing.
It was so good. Like whenever that happens and someone joins and then they're like, oh my God, I've just had my first invoice paid, I was like, yeah. That I remember that feeling well. That was like amazing. How would you say like it's affected your journey and what you're doing now? Because I feel like this is very exciting.
Well, so obviously at the time as well. So the idea to create my own brand had already been, what's the word? Conceptualized.
Yeah.
So I already had that concept within my head, but I hadn't dropped anything yet. I hadn't done anything so far for it. But speaking with these guys with their own online business, obviously went to uni with you, and you started a business. This was all like, I feel like I was surrounded by everyone doing things that I wanted to do as well. So
he's always been quite creative, because I remember even just after I moved out of Manchester, you were doing like an event somewhere, and I was like, what's going on here?
Yeah. So I've always been like tried stuff, but like especially with my brand, it was like getting it out there, so to speak. So the summer that same year as well, I feel like a lot actually went on that summer that same year. So the summer that same year,
I feel like a lot of people we knew like moved to Australia and everything. So you know when everyone's getting a bit of the itch and they're like, wait, is this my life forever? Like, what am I doing?
So everyone's kind of got their own thing going on. So I was
Everyone's getting real jobs.
I know, right? So then I decided just to launch the brand. I was like, you know, I've made a few clothes. The only way I'm gonna actually learn anything is to actually just put myself out. So did a launch party for the brand. And then the week before the launch party, I had a pop-up in London at Soho House.
What the hell? I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I had a pop-up in London for Soho House. It was through a friend as well. But
where was I? Was I in Bali?
I think you were traveling. You were.
Thank God. I would have been. What the hell is going on here?
I would have done.
Yeah, imagine.
It was summertime.
I was liking and commenting and just harassing him probably.
He was long gone by then. But that went really well as well. So then off the back of that, I think I had 1 or 2 more drops, and then but all these were learning curves, which led me to what I'm wearing now. So this is it's the newest YPD drop. It's not out yet. It's gonna be out probably. I'm gonna try before Christmas. If not before Christmas, then it's a New Year's present.
It's for 2026.
Yeah, but
2026 exclusive.
And obviously, and Rachel's obviously you just moved to Manchester as well, which is also giving me we've both
got to kick up the bum.
Literally, I said this to you. I said this to G. Literally, the other day as well. Like prior to you guys coming, I was still like posting and still going to the gym, but I really the fire wasn't really.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd lost a bit of the fire, a bit of the spark. But then as soon as you guys moved back, and you were like, right, I'm still shooting stuff. And then what did I say to you when you were shooting your 30-day
30-day YouTube. And Divine said that he was really proud of me.
I told you I was. It was so motivating because you were actually staying consistent with it, and you did it for the whole 30 days. I was watching every video. I would say my favorite video was the one you did with your mom, and that was amazing.
Well, this is going to be the second part of that, because I did that, wanted to do it every week, but then I fell off for 2 weeks because
we're moving in and stuff.
Everything, just so overwhelmed. So then falling off, and then I was like, I woke up this morning and I was like, I need to do one, and then I knew Divine was like kind of free today, so I was just like, can you come and do one with me? But we need to do a testimonial as well, so this is like perfect because it's a bit of a mixture. But then it's nice to hear like everyone else's opinion, because it's kind of exactly what you tapped into then, where you need to just surround yourself with people that have the same inspiration or are ready to be inspired. Like my mum, obviously, bless her, she didn't understand it when I started. She was like, are you serious? You've just moved back to London, you've had this job for like, I think I'd been in the job in London for like 2 years, and I was just like coming back, not getting my pay rise, and I was like, I've got to go. And then she was just like, okay, like, have you thought about this? And I'd been doing it as a side hustle for I think about 6 weeks, then I handed in my notice. But hearing her opinion was so nice, hearing like your opinion, and I guess what you were saying about me, G, and yourself at the minute, it's just nice to surround yourself with other people that are like motivated by the same things, because a lot of people, they do go down the traditional route, which there's nothing wrong with that, but I think when you are trying to build something, you're obviously navigating like different curveballs and are motivated by potentially different things. Like a lot of my money has obviously gone on to traveling, but it also goes into like investing in business, and yours is obviously investing in business. Time is all spent on business, so it's like there is no concept of a 9 to 5. It's just like, this is 6 p.m. on a Friday, we're coming to you.
Oh, we finished work. So it's been like we work.
Yeah, we work day and night.
I've been up since 5.
Honestly. But then one of the things that I noticed, and I remember saying this to Bob when I came down, I was like, I love it, so happy, blah, blah, blah. And then I was telling him, when I was in my 9 to 5, I used to set my alarm at 8:55 and open my laptop if I was working from home. But as soon as you start working for yourself, you wake up earlier, because I was like, right, I'll do an hour before I even start my day, so like 7 till 8, could do it from bed. Then I'll be out and about, could have a nap. We love our naps.
I live for that. I can sleep.
Divine, I was like, Divine, quit your 9 to 5. I've got you. We could have this napping situation. Love a nap, but then it is like you do get a bit of an always on mentality, but then it makes it so much nicer when you are celebrating the wins, like your first invoice, or even doing something different, like
or even your first sale, like even
first sale,
even
yeah.
Or like I've got friends literally right now saying to me like, oh, when are they dropping? I'll buy one. I've not even dropped it, but like that's such like it's a good feeling knowing that like.
What are the hats you're doing?
They're beanies, so I've got beanies coming as well. So
oh, good. I'll have a beanie because he's doing the big like caps. Are they snapbacks?
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't suit me. See, like show me, and I went.
Yeah, a bit too girly. Or she actually specifically asked me not to wear it in this video.
What, the beanie?
No, the hat.
The hat, yeah, obviously. Like, I'll be jealous. I just want my YPD top. But yeah, I feel like it's been a journey.
For sure.
What is your like goal for upcoming? So I know you're going to be working on content. We're going to be keeping each other accountable.
Yeah, well, we have been.
We have.
We literally have been.
It's been a week that I've been here, less than a week.
Goals are really going to get smashed, I ain't gonna lie. The plan is to drop as soon as possible. There is something in between the drop though, so we're cooking up something right now. So I spoke to a few of the team, but then I've got some I've recruited some people. They don't know it yet, but I've picked them. But I'm gonna, you know, when you pick people specifically for some stuff, but I'm just waiting to get the clothes, and I'm like, right, okay.
Can you just try this on? Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, but sometimes you've got to, you decide already that that's the person I want.
Yeah, true. You're modelling around a person.
Yeah. And what's the worst they're gonna say? No.
Yeah, true.
If you don't ask, you don't get.
And then this is actually a really good question. It relates to both of us. But obviously with your brand's name, do you want to talk about that and how you came up with it, and then a bit about community, because we love a community.
Yeah. Okay. So it's YPD. So it stands for You Picked This. So it's like a play on. It's a play on words, so to speak. But like I'm talking to. I feel like when I chose the name, You Pick This it's speaking to everyone at the same time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm speaking to everyone in this room collectively. And that's what kind of one I wanted to build when I was building the brand. So something that like speaks to everyone and brings everyone together. And our slogan, well, I've got the slogan on the hand here. It's 4TP, which stands for the people, literally. So
I love it.
Comes back to community, building people together. And also with the pop-up as well. Oh, I forgot I did a pop-up. So we did a pop-up the start of this year as well in February, and we got over 100 people coming in. You can check
I was in Bali then, otherwise I would have been there, obviously.
Well, I've got some more coming next year anyway, so we're going to do some more next year.
Yeah, no, I literally love community. So I feel like whenever I saw Divine doing real life events, and then whenever I see this stuff where it's like, in real life events are coming back, or like the power of community, and I think, like Divine said, like it's like nice like going into doing something different and avoiding that traditional route, but also having people like in your corner. I do not know how people do it, and then they don't have people to rely on.
For sure. And I feel like that's what you say. It goes back to when you guys moved back. I felt like it was an instant connection. Instant. You've got your instant group, like it's like a little community.
Yeah.
And
flexible.
Literally.
Flexible and like maybe slightly delusional, where it's like we're gonna smash our goals.
But you have to be delusional though, because it's delusional until it works. Like when you quit your job, everyone thought you were delusional. You now live in Manchester, it's paying your rent, so it's not that delusion. It's delusional until it works, and then you're a genius. Oh, we always knew she was gonna make it. We always knew they were gonna do it. And
it is like when you're in a role, it's so hard to like build yourself up. Like you're basically begging people to like, can I actually get more money, or can I go to the next phase? And like obviously there are quite a few nice bosses out there. I didn't have one for the last one. That was like my last straw. I was like, can I get pay rise, please?
Well, you just do this a bit more.
Yeah, no, honestly, and it was like, well, can you just do this and we'll review it in 3 months? And I was like, watching my life dissipate, and I was like,
this is in your control. Like,
yeah,
and you can. That's another thing I liked about like growing your own business. Like, it is a lot more pressure, but your life is literally in your hands, and you have domain over your own future.
Yeah, and you don't want to be thinking, what if?
Yeah.
But I think there's definitely a difference between, like, I know that I would probably not have had like the balls to do what I've done if I didn't have such great people to train to begin with, and obviously learn a lot from in our experience to be able to provide a better service now, but also just like the confidence to be working around people and being able to be like, oh, I'm in Manchester this day, do you want to see each other? And then just popping along and having a coffee. And like now, I'd say like, since moving to Manchester, I've only been here a week, you obviously don't, like, he's around some of the days, and then there's just loads of people where I can just float around and be really flexible, and it's such a gift that not many people get the chance to take advantage of in their life. It makes me sad.
I couldn't even see like you moving and working for other places. I'm like, wow, maybe I should do it again.
I know, but then it's also like, it all depends, because like at the moment you have a lot to invest in with your brand and stuff, and then that's going to take you like to the next level. It is just, you can't expect these things to work really fast, and it's one of those things where if you do expect it to work fast and you do just take on any opportunity that comes to you, you don't actually have as much of an enjoyable experience as if you create something that really resonates with your personality, your own goals. Since you trained with me, that was my initial training, put that together. It was really to help like my friends secure the clients that I no longer had capacity for. And then it sort of snowballed, and I was like, I love doing this, I really want to do this. So I did that version of the course. Then I went on, did another version of the course where I was like, right, I think I can level it up with everything that I've learned from all of you guys. And then recently, what I've been doing is actually revamping the whole course, so condensing it, putting in a lot more resources, because I think when it's video training, it sort of goes in, but you don't absorb it as much as when you're actually on the account. And it's just having the confidence to get that initial client and get working. Because where I was training my friends, it was kind of easy, because I'd be like, you can do this, and everyone would feel really comfortable reaching out to me for all of these questions. But as I've grown the business, then I'm like, I actually can't reply to so many people. And you learn a lot more when you actually have the pressure of doing it by yourself. But the reason I was saying about this course revamp is now I have a whole section that's all on foundations, but it's not the foundations that you'd expect where you think, okay, I need to do X, Y, and Z to set up my business, even though that's in it as well. But like, that's actually in the next stage, because the first stage is all about mindset, and all I'm asking people is like, why are you doing this? What do you want to achieve? And like going back to the start, like what's your past experience and how can that actually go into what you're about to do, and like what are you going to be offering clients, and like actually giving people the understanding of how powerful they can be makes such a difference.
For sure.
How would you say that would affect your experience if I had that training now where it's like mindset?
I feel like that definitely would have helped, especially in the beginning, picking certain clients as well, because
knowing your worth from the start.
For sure. And also, what's the word? And also being very direct, and I feel like direct, and also what's the word I'm looking for? Like, you know what you want. So not just like saying, so if a client comes to you saying, oh, I want someone to do 8 hours a day, whereas you realistically know you can only give 5 hours a day.
Yeah.
You have to be assertive. Yeah, that's the word. You have to be assertive and be like, no, it's either 5 hours or nothing, because those extra 3 hours, you might think, oh, maybe I can make it up here and there. Or it's still
you want to be providing the best service possible to keep the client happy, grow a relationship with the client, and you'll still get results if you're putting in the time. But I think doing that, you almost think of yourself, instead of being lucky to have someone else paying for your service, when you start thinking of yourself as an online business, you actually feel like the ball's more in your court, rather than you're like the ball picking up everyone else's buyers.
You gotta take whatever you're given.
Yeah, and like that's some of the biggest learnings I think from anyone that's done it. They say, oh, I think I just covered my mic. But like that's been the biggest learning of anyone that's sort of trained, had a few clients. Then you really, when you start putting boundaries in place for your time, it makes such a difference. But it's really hard to do when you almost feel lucky to be earning money from your phone, and you're like, how is this real life?
Sat on your couch in your PJs.
Yeah, sat in bed in the morning like,
oh, sorry.
It's so
Doing
good.
it at the gym. In fact, I was doing it everywhere. It doesn't even.
Yeah, no, the weirdest things to wrap your head around is obviously you're working a lot of the time with like online fitness coaches, but even online business owners. And then people go and you're feeling really prim and proper, like, okay, you don't want to let the client know that you're working from anywhere. But there got to a point where I was sending my client a picture of me on the back of a Gojek, which is like the motorbike to Bali. And I was like, just doing your 2 hours. And I'm on my way from Changi to Ulaanbaatar. And then I'll be like voice noting the setters that have gone and worked on with my clients, and they'll be voice noting from the gym, like I'm just replying to this, does this sound okay? And you can literally hear like all the machines in the back, like all of the things, and you're like, you go girl.
Yeah.
Take advantage of it.
It's freedom. It's like I was doing it in the gym, I was doing it anywhere.
I don't think I actually asked for like any time off from any of my clients, because I'd either say like I can't work that much today, but I'm going to make the hours up on the weekend or a different day. But then because it doesn't feel like work so much, it's only when you do take on too many hours that it's too much. But when you've got the flexibility to live your dream life around it,
you're fine. Like you can make the hours up.
Yeah. And you can literally do it from your phone rather than having like big clunky stuff everywhere. But yeah, there's going to be a lot more from me and Divine, I can feel it.
Amen to that.
I'm going to be wearing the beanie. You're going to be wearing the snapback next time.
If I'm allowed.
Yeah, well, yeah, if I can wear a beanie, then yeah. I'm going to do that, so I've got to bun it in. But yeah, is there anything that you would say to someone that is sitting on the fence when it comes to remote work and appointment setting specifically, or working with myself?
Well, anyone who's sitting on the fence, I would say to you, you may as well just try it, because at the end of the day, if you already thought of wanting to do it, it can't really go wrong, to be honest with you. And if you're out of work, if you're sort of trying to find something in between to do, you can still only do like 2 hours. Our clients only want 2 hours or an hour a day, and just test out and just see how you get on.
It's a gateway.
For me, it was a gateway. Like it gave me all the time I needed to do what I needed to do. No one was stressing me, to be honest with you. And also, if it gets too much, you can literally just turn your phone. That's it.
Turn it off and just say, I'm just having a 15-minute breather.
No one's coming to you. There's no like HR meetings. There's no.
I mean, communication is key. Like, it's not like you can literally.
No, but I'm saying, like, if let's say you really didn't enjoy it.
Yeah, if you really needed a breather. Like, the thing is, anyone that goes into it, the biggest recommendation is work with a client you like and you're passionate about their thing.
But the chance of you getting to the stage is very slim. Like, unless.
I think Divine had one of those days, probably with the agency partner we work with.
Like, I know, but the agency partner, well, the clients I actually worked with were fine. Like, generally, like, one of them messaged me the other day. So, well, I said the other week. So.
It was the other day. Life's going so.
But yeah, I just say try it, message Rach, have a chat, just book a call. Literally, just book a call. Book a call. You have nothing to lose. You can get further information. She can tell you a bit more about what she does.
That is why I came to visit you in because I said to Divine, he messaged me saying, what are you doing? What's going on here? And then I was like, I'm doing appointment setting, blah, blah, blah. And then you said, I want to hear more about it. And I was like, when I'm in Manchester, I'll come and speak to you about it. And it was literally like a little meeting we had. But I think just hearing from someone else, their experience and what you're doing.
That's all you need. So have a book the calls are free as well.
Yeah, I'm doing them.
What do you have to lose?
Before Christmas, 30 minutes, chatting away. No structure. I just want to hear about what you're going through, tell you if like it could be a solution. But yeah, and then what would you say about appointment setting, I guess, compared to other remote work jobs?
Well, I've never done any other properly remote
income jobs.
Yeah, other than appointment setting.
But what about the skills?
The skills are very transferable, especially talking to people, being personable and being approachable, because especially, let's say if someone also wants to sort of start their own business, you learn how to talk to people, because clients are real people and people buy from people. Yeah. So you have to be a real person, a nice, personable person, and people are just they're gonna buy into your brand, because at the end of the day, like, like I'm selling the clothes, yes, but at the end of the day, like Divine and the clothes go hand in hand, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Same with remote with Rach and appointment setting. Because if you didn't like Rach, you're not gonna want to.
Oh, I wouldn't want you to join me if you like me.
But you know, if someone didn't buy into the person you were, they're more unlikely to buy into the course and to buy in the call.
No, so true.
So I feel like you have to, whatever you put in is what you get out. So I feel like I feel like we move with like love for what we do and the people around us, and that kind of transcends.
Love and desire.
That transcends into everything that we do, and I hope that people can see that.
Yeah, and big things are coming.
Amen to that.
It's so weird. Oh, cheers. Thanks for joining me, Divine. Smashed it. That was so good. I feel like I want to just ask you more questions, but I don't have any.